Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to everyone, especially Dr. Nazmus. I hope you are doing well now. First of all, congratulations for the newborn baby. I hope your family is in safe and in good. So today I want to present about our studies, our assignment, which is mental well-being in Islam. So for the first part, we go to the part of introduction, which is in 1.1 we talk about deliverable goals. So this project explores mental well-being through an Islamic framework where health include the mind, heart, and also the soul, not only the body. So the paper aims to show how Islamic teaching can address modern mental distress by integrating spiritual, psychological, and social dimension. To guide the study clearly, we go to the next section, which is 1.2. 1.2 talk about the research question. So we have a total of 3 research questions, which is the first question is asked, what is mental well-being defined in Islamic perspective? So another 2, which is question number 2 and 3, question is related. Question number 2 talk about the causes of mental distress in today's society, and research question number 3 talk about the remedies that are offered by Islam, which is from Quran and also Sunnah, and in addition of the scholars. So to answer all these questions, we have our own method. So we go to 1.3, which is the part of methodology. We explain how we research to get these results. So these studies use qualitative research. We draw it from Quran, Hadith, and also the thought of the scholars. So in addition, some selected contemporary mental health literature. So this approach is, I think, is suitable because the project is a concept-based project rather than a clinical testing. So that's all for the method. We go to the next section. We give the background and why the issue is urgent into the society. So 1.4 background. In many communities, mental distress is sometimes reduced to spiritual weakness alone, which can delay seeking appropriate support. So this paper argues that Islam offers a holistic framework or a complete set of framework that address this issue. However, through spiritual, emotional, and social well-being. To the background, we go to point number 2, which is the body of the paper. So 2.1 talk about literature review. The purpose is to show what existing knowledge says about modern and also Islamic view. So modern mental health is often defined as the ability to cope with stress, regulate emotion, and also function effectively. So in modern studies, mental health is about how we handle our stress and also emotion. Contemporary research views well-being as multifactorial, shaped by biological, psychological, and also social influence. So mental well-being can be affected by a lot of factors. So alongside this, Islam offers its own framework for understanding the inner self. So for 2.1.2, we talk about the Islamic perspective. So from an Islamic view, mental well-being is closely linked to divine guidance that heals and also cure the heart. At 2.2 talk about discussion or analysis. So this is the main argument part, which is how we analyze this problem through various research. So what I want to talk is Islamic well-being is holistic and complete through spiritual stability, moral character, and also emotional balance. The reasoning or using the akal is not rejected in Islam. In some religion, reasoning is the main source of their thinking. However, in Islam it is not. But Islam does not reject this idea of reasoning. However, Islam guided so that individuals can interpret problem wisely while staying spiritually grounded. So to understand why the distress happened, the next section will talk about the causes in our society. So 2.3 talk about cause of mental distress, which is the modern life now is measures using success materially, success in dunya, so which can produce burnout and also emotional dissatisfaction to the society nowadays. Sometimes the basic needs of the people are met, but the people still feel stress because of the pressure from the society. So Islam does not treat mental vulnerability as weak in faith, because it recognizes human complexity and the need for both spiritual and practical support. In 2.4, we talk about the remedies and solution. 2.4.1, about the Quranic remedies. So we talk about the verses that work as the psychological support that reduce hopelessness in our heart. So 2.4.2 talk about the hadith that tackle this issue, which is one of it is Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam also experienced grief, which shows emotional pains does not equal to faith, does not equal to weak faith. Sunnah teach us to tackle this issue to dua, patience, and also gentleness with calmness. This prevents the spiritual affective from turning into a burnout. So we go to the next section, which is 2.4.3, which is an integration of revealed knowledge and acquired knowledge. So what we want to talk in this section is Islam does not reject the idea of modern psychology. It supports as long as the treatment is beneficial and still within the boundary of the religion. So a balanced approach may combine spiritual practice. So Islam does not totally reject the idea. It supports it as long as it is within the boundary of the religion. So we go to the next section, which is 2.5. They talk about the evidence from Muslim scholars. For this section, the ones that we want to talk is Al-Razi. It is because Al-Razi treated mental illness as a genuine medical condition. And it also recognized the distress made by the mind is affecting the body of the people. So he totally believed that with a great mind comes a great body. So based on the discussion so far, the paper also summarized several key section 2.6 or the result section. So the findings suggest mental distress today is driven by social condition or social environment or pressure, and meaning that it is not about the individual weakness, it's about how they put up or how they live in their society. So Islamic remedies and modern intervention is not contradict with each other. So it is the strongest option, which is to combine the Islamic and the modern technologies or intervention, as long as it is not beyond the boundary of the religion. So the best is to combine both to get a better result. So the last point is point number 3, which is the conclusion. So in conclusion, the Islamic approach to mental well-being is holistic and complete. It addresses the spiritual heart, the thinking mind, also the social environment together. So the practical change must happen at individual, community, and also institutional level to reduce the stigma or stereotype, to promote and support to the younger people. Because as the world stay modernized through the fast or rapid economies, mental well-being is not a thing we can take as a joke, because it is an important issue in our world currently. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.